Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle of Bane and Blood. This is Episode 9, Blood Pulse. So let's meet our werewolves, starting with Avery.
Hello, everyone. Hi. It's me again, Avery, at Averydaboi on all the social media platforms, including Twitch and TikTok. And today, I will be playing Sense the Sweetwater, the Galestalker Philodox.
Galestalker Philodox. It's the frickin' moon water. Az?
Hello, I'm Az, or as I was on the social media, because I think I'm funny. And today I will be playing Timber Shakes the Trees, Red Talon Ragabash. And I just need a couple eyes, it's fine.
Yep, you do. Unfortunately, Crow's Laughter will not be available to you this session up until you give Crow some fresh eyes. Luna?
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on all the social medias, including on Twitch. But today I will be playing Lorelei Savagewind, Black Fury Theurge, and Pack Leader.
That is correct. Rachel?
Hi everybody, I'm the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel. And today I'm going to be playing Hana Eats the Spiral, the Bone Gnawer Theurge.
Ramos?
Hello everyone, I'm Gilbert Ramos, aka at Ramos the Nomad on all the social media. And today I will be playing Elias Hearteater, the Ghost Council Aron.
And last but certainly not least, our vampire tonight, Syrinx.
Hi, I'm Syrinx, she, her. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as such. And today I'll be returning as a little Tremere witch, a little witch of Kudum.
Yeah, just a widow witch.
Just a silly little witch.
Nothing to worry about there. As always, this is a Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, but please check in with yourselves as your well-being is important to all of us who are playing. All the content warnings for this game will be down in the description below. So if you all are ready, lass uns anfangen, and let us begin with you, meine Hexe, the Witch of Kudam. Berghain, the most infamous techno club in the world, and for all intents and purposes, the seat of your power here in Berlin, is in full swing tonight. Bodies bounce and sway to the throbbing beats, the smell of their sweat and lust filling every corner of this concrete and steel building. But there's not a soul down there on the dance floor that interests you. Not this night. Not since you brought the Stone Woman to your club after your escapades in the Shadowlands with Lucius Giovanni. Meine Hexe, it's been a few nights since then, and it's been incredibly frustrating and futile. Your investigation into who this woman is or was, and what her connection is to the Shadowbane, has turned up nothing. Your abilities of preternatural sight have shown you only ephemeral strings, tethers, if you will, a weak one to Lucius Giovanni, and 3 much stronger ones that flow deeper into the city and perhaps even beyond the bounds of the city. Your abilities to call upon your gift of foresight has shown you extremely little. Pushing yourself to extreme levels of hunger and even draining a few of your lesser useful thin bloods has left you rather irritated, to put it plainly. Word did reach your ear, however, that while you were gone, one of your thin bloods was seen in the presence of lupines, and that 2 Camarilla ghouls met their end in the alley adjacent to your club. Renata, the thin blood in question, was brought before you, and as you went to consume her, a vision fell over your eyes of werewolves holding the Shadowbane. In this vision was a girl with only one eye, a wolf with a pine cone in his mouth, and a man chewing on a computer. You told Renata to bring these wolves to your club, and she agreed, but you haven't decided yet if she should live, and she sits next to you now on your couch, and her eyes are drawn to the stone woman laying on the altar in the back of your private box here on the 2nd floor. She almost can't resist turning her head completely around to stare at her. Can you make me 3 rouse checks, meine Hexe?
2 successes.
So that puts you at 1 hunger for this evening. So unless you are feeling like you want to have 0 hunger tonight, you don't need to consume Renata. But she did bring werewolves to your club without your permission. Whether you feel she needs to be punished for that or not is up to you. But she sits next to you. Renata is a very slim, tall girl. She has thin, mousy brown hair and plain brown eyes. She looks plain, to put it bluntly, but she seems to have a connection with Alyosha, one of your more trusted Thinbloods, and Jessica. They seem to be very good friends, which is how she sort of came into the fold of your Thinbloods here at Bane. And she sits very nervously next to you in her jeans and canvas coat.
I'll get her attention back from the statue by speaking up. I purposefully have her sit down and I'm standing.
Mhm.
As I say, so are you going to explain to me why you brought those lupines here?
They're my friends.
And you often lead your friends to places for them to kill other people?
No, meine Hexe, it was not supposed to be. They were just there to scare them, not to kill them. But
Also, you decided to pull a prank near Berkane.
no, the Camarilla Sheriff, a Nosferatu, jumped us. And they did what wolves do. They protected me.
That still does not change the fact that you brought them here for a prank.
I was once a Camarilla ghoul. When my sire made me, she didn't realize that her pedigree is not as good as she thought it was, and I was made thin blood, not Ventru. And I've taken it upon myself to help those who used to be like me. I swear, if the sheriff hadn't come, nothing bad would have happened.
What do you see when you look at her?
I'm trying to decide if it is an art installation or if it's a person encased in stone.
So that is the only thing you think when you look at it.
Is there something else I should think, meine Hexe?
Clearly not. Otherwise you would have already said it.
I told Alyosha to get in touch with the wolves. They left, and I haven't been able to get in touch with them. Something bad happened, I think. Are you going to kill me, meine Hexe?
Why would I do that?
Because you can.
Yes, I certainly can. But why would I do that?
Because I brought lupines to your club without your permission. Trying to bring more thin bloods into Berlin.
I reach down a hand and give her a little pat on the cheek. Good girl. You had admitted your mistake. Now, I only kill when it's interesting. I have no use of you dead. But I think you will want to make yourself more useful in the future.
Yes, meine Hexe.
Your friends are in danger, aren't they?
Ghouls are always in danger.
Shoo then. I'm sure you have much more interesting things to do than bore me tonight.
Renata stands up and she walks over to the stairwell, but she stops before turning and she says, I don't want to lie to you, meine Hexe. The werewolves are more than my friends. They're my family. And she hurries down the stairs before you can answer her.
Never forget I protect you.
She doesn't stop, but you think she did hear you. Moving over to Potsdam, where our werewolves are preparing to head into the city of Berlin for their meeting with the Witch of Kudam. The woman that Tiara and Moorwalker brought back from Berlin has been placed inside Hannah's cabin, as Hannah offered up her cabin. And right now, Tiara is performing the rite of the Shrouded Glen to keep anyone out. She has amended the rite so that only werewolves that she has chosen may enter. She has chosen herself, Moorwalker, and Maggie, who is staying behind. I need to know if there is any conversation you would like to have with anyone who is not going into Berlin. The werewolves who are going into Berlin are the following: Crackteeth, Talia, and Pinecones.
Is Cascada conscious?
Cascada is not conscious. She is not doing super great. At the moment, she's being cared for by Maggie, and she's coming in and out of consciousness. Maggie is trying to get antibiotics into her, sit her up to get enough water down to get them in. They don't have any intravenous antibiotics. Moorwalker didn't bring any back.
Then there's no one Sweets needs to talk to.
Elias?
Everything I have can be pushed off to the side for the time being, but I'm ready to go now.
Hannah?
Nothing from Hannah right now.
Lorelei?
No, I think last episode Elias wanted to talk to Lorelei.
Yes, but you're all heading into Berlin. You can actually have
Right.
a conversation in the car.
Yeah, in that case, then no.
And Timber.
Timber is going to check on Hard Rain one more time.
Hard Rain.
Pinecones.
Pinecones is coming with you into Berlin. They're not going with you to Brigade. They're going to drop you off. But Hard Rain is in the room with Cascada. Your father is also in that room, Crookpaw. And Hard Rain is curled up on the bed with Cascada in her wolf form.
Timber's gonna go over and put her head on Rain's. Timber will be back soon.
Hard Rain in the Garu tongue just says, "Try and be safe, sister."
Timber will do her best. But which? Leech.
Your father, Crookpaw, who is at the moment, as Maggie is attempting to crush the antibiotics up in a way that can be given to Cascada in water, and as your father is dabbing at her forehead, just says, "Kill Leech."
Timber will try. If she can. Daddy Crookpaw, watch out for Rain.
Yes, study Crookpaw, watch Rain.
Yes.
I have advice. You don't need to take, but I have advice for Timber. When you go out into city, is something bad? Kill it. Is something maybe bad? Kill it anyway, just to be safe.
Timber hears you. And she's gonna do something she hasn't really done, where she, leans into Crookpaw and stays there for a second, like a weird little half hug.
Mm-hmm. He sort of just puts his head down on top of yours.
Okay, bye. And she looks at Cascada one more time, too, just to see if she's still not healing too great.
You're not proficient in medicine. I mean, her skin looks very sallow. She's sweating a lot. She's murmuring. You can smell the infected wound that she has.
Okay. Timber's gonna head to the van and see if when we go back to the city we can get more of the bag medicine that they get real mad if Timber takes.
So all of you are gathered at the van. Crackteeth, Pinecones, Talia are here as well. Maggie comes out, Sweets, to embrace you before you go. Turn of phrase for a vampire, but...
I think Sweets will just hold on to Maggie for a moment. And just say, I don't know how I'm supposed to act around vampires.
I don't know. I don't even... Have we ever had conversation with a vampire? I don't think so.
I mean, there was that one that rolled up on Scepter the Greenfield in like 86.
The ugly one.
I think so. I wasn't there. I was out with one eye and red teeth. I don't know if it just feels strange being as old as we are and not knowing what you're doing.
I know what Crimson Hollow would have done to a leech. Only you can know what sense the Sweetwater will do in a room with a leech.
I mean, they're the one who reached out to us.
They have some connection to our son.
I mean, if I'm being honest, the real reason that I want to go is Bertrand's boyfriend is the doorman there, and I want to meet him.
Bertrand said, don't let anything happen to the leech. That the leech protects his boyfriend, right?
And his boyfriend keeps him alive. Yeah. It's complicated.
Do what Bertrand wants.
I will. If Cascada wakes up, just tell her Mary would have been proud.
I will.
Alright. I love you. I'll see you in a few hours. Hopefully.
Liebe dich auch.
I'll kiss her on the cheek. Alright, kiddos. Let's pack it in.
Finally.
Can Timber pretend that she was not listening? And ask if maybe we get a hold of Pup about what walking into.
You want to call Bertrand?
No. Leave our trash.
Do you want someone else to call Bertrand?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I can do. Don't.
Loud and line cue.
Probably about the same as like when you guys got me.
Yeah. Speaking of, Hana, did you ever manage to get into that place, or like?
I mean, would I have? No. We always ended up hanging out like outside in that tunnel where you ended up finding me.
Hey, if
Leech tunnel?
you don't
Yes.
have to make up a story. If you got in, I'm not a fucking cop. Like, I'm not gonna be upset.
I got literally no reason to lie to you, Sweets, on this.
All right.
Not true.
Okay. Well, shit. Lorelei, you ever been there?
No, I always wanted to go, but no.
Fuck. All right. Well,
Crackteeth sort of gets into the driver's side and says, come on, everybody, get in. Me and Pinecones have been there.
you've been inside?
Timber's gonna get over Pinecone's shoulder and shove him.
What?
You went Leech Den?
Yes?
You did not take Timber.
No?
Okay, we're getting a little lost in the sauce, kids. Tell me about it. Tell me where we're walking into here. I need to be
Loud
prepared.
and the music, and we went so that we could have we went to protect Lalette's daughter.
Okay.
Timber goes to make the sound that Let said her daughter's name in, and it goes back to pouting.
So, what? So give me a layout. What's it look like on the inside?
Dark, square, lots of people.
You're a dark square.
Correct me if I'm
Oh,
wrong,
you're
but aren't
not,
there like actual pictures online of like what some parties in Berghain actually look like?
No, would you like me to tell you why?
Sure.
Here in Germany, especially in Berlin, you are not allowed to take phones inside of a club.
Oh,
Photographs are not allowed because very often these clubs are free-range expression of sexual freedom and things of that nature, so there are no pictures allowed. If you do try and bring a phone into Berghain, they will either confiscate it or put stickers over it, over the cameras and stuff.
All right. Okay. So, what I'm gathering from all of this is it's dark and it's square. And I'm gonna be real with the two of you. You're not a part of this pack here, so I can't turn your ears too hard. But dark and square is not the amount of information I want walking into the fucking door in this place.
I'm gonna point out the information that I'm peeking through. And it's like they've got a little more than that. I'm taking care of it. Don't get off your fucking soapbox, Sweets.
Okay. All right. Well, now you called it a soapbox, and now I'm gonna have to explain that euphemism to Timber later. And
Crackteeth, who is ignoring most of this conversation and focusing entirely on Elias, says, yeah, cockroach, spider, and rat have sort of helped me out getting a layout out of the place, and I got what I got, honestly. But I need to know,
good.
are you guys going to be wearing wires or not?
I will.
No. What the fuck, Hannah?
Timber will take fingers.
Is that a euphemism of some kind?
Once again, goes to like say something, but it wasn't hers to begin with. It's just no.
Okay, so Hana's the only one who's going to be wearing a wire. Hana's the bravest one of you bunch. That seems typical for a Bone Gnar.
I've got gifts that will allow me to keep in communication. Just I don't need
I don't know. This surveillance that I want to hook Hana up with will let me see. I understand that you don't know, you bunch of fucking in the middle of nowhere werewolves, you don't get how it works in the city, but if you shut the lights off, if you start making a big commotion, you're gonna tear the veil. You know what I mean? We don't want to do that.
Cleanse not the break veil. Right?
Thousands of people go partying in Berghain every night. Someone is gonna see you doing something. You get that?
We got it.
And it's not just humans that go partying in there.
Yeah, we got it.
More leeches?
And others.
Sweets is just gonna nudge Lorelei really quick and kind of lean over. Don't let him talk to you like that. Say something.
How discreet is this surveillance?
I mean, I haven't tested it yet, but Spider assures me that it's pretty good.
So we're testing it in a leech den.
If you're too scared, just say so.
Is my pack disposable to you?
Is mine disposable to you?
Sometimes.
Okay, all right. That's enough of that, baby.
Increase your rage, Elias.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. I'm not gonna wear a wire because I'm not a fucking narc. But
You don't want to narc on a leech? Who will you narc on?
your mother. Anyway,
Actually, you know what? I would love it if you narked on my mother. I'd love to know where the fuck she is.
me fucking too, honestly. But now we're gonna get sad. No, Hannah, you're not a narc. That was I should have thought before I said that, and what I said had some rude connotations, and I'm sorry about
You're kind of a narc.
it. Fuck you.
All right, so I'm guessing nobody's going to be wearing a fucking wire.
No, Hannah's gonna wear a wire.
Yeah, I already said I was going to. I ain't backing out of that shit.
Awesome.
Timber, just
I'm-
get I, and then Timber just say what's said.
Let me call Bertrand and see what I can put together.
Crack Teeth touches the panel of his van, which is, again, souped up and hyper modern and technically advanced, even more so than for a regular person. And he touches something on the panel, and Bertrand's number comes up, and you can hear the speakers in the car. Everyone can hear the conversation and can speak to Bertrand as it rings. And eventually he picks up, and you can hear your grandchildren in the background suites, and he says, yo.
Hey, Bert, how you doing?
What are you calling on Yusuf's phone for?
Cause we're in the car with Yusuf right now, and I don't really know how this works. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Okay. We need to know about Berghane. What can you tell me?
It's a club. It's the most famous techno club in the world.
Bert, I know it's a club. Let me rephrase this. Is there any information that Alyosha might have that we need to know walking in the door here?
Maybe. You'd have to ask him. He doesn't let me go there.
What has he told you?
Not to go there.
Bert,
I'm being serious.
anything else?
No, not really. Do I look like I go clubbing?
I don't know.
It's a gay stereotype, Dad, and I don't appreciate
Okay,
it.
I'm sorry. Listen, I didn't think about it that way, but now that you say it, I sound like an asshole, and I'm sorry for that.
You don't sound like an asshole. I would absolutely go to Berghane. Always wanted to go. Alyosha, the first time I met him at the door, stopped me from going in and told me there were better places to go and gave me his number, and that's how we met. I've never been back there since. He won't let me.
Well, that's an adorable meet cute. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I tell you what. Why don't you text him and have him give me a call, or give Yusuf a call?
I doubt he can. He's working right now. I'm sure you'll meet him at the door.
Oh, I surely will. All right. Well, how are the kids?
Turn it off, old wolf.
Just put my hand on Timber's shoulder and just like, I know.
They're fine. They are fighting me on bath time.
Well, you know what always helped me with that?
And Timber's gonna start reaching forward to smash the middle console.
Crack Teeth says, touch it and you'll lose it.
Hey, don't threaten my packmate.
Don't touch my shit.
I'll bite your fucking face off, Yusuf.
And Bertrand says, can I go now?
Oh, yep. Sorry, I thought we hung up. I'm sorry. I love you. I'll see you soon. Okay.
Okay, be safe.
All right. Tell the kids I love them. All right.
And Yusuf and Crack Teeth just bangs down on the Timber. Don't touch.
Or touch when too much is too much.
That's pretty neat. Is that like a new
No.
thing that talk through the car thing? Is that new or?
Can I smoke while we're in here? This is
He reaches in his pocket and tosses you back a vape.
take
Crackteeth
it.
does.
Oh, hey, that's a nice wape.
And
Okay.
Crackteeth says, keep it. Least I can do for my sister, right?
There's no response from Hana on that. She kind of just like 1,000-yard stares as she's she's looking like this. The vape's in her hand. She's like, and then she's just gonna crack the window, look out it, and then
Yeah,
Oh.
enabling your sister's nicotine addiction for harmful
oh,
chemicals. Very
Okay,
cool.
all right, Elias.
Best brother in the world.
Maybe cool it.
Hana, if I can offer you any advice, don't tell Yasmin yet. Let me do it, and let me do it when she's a fifth into a bottle of something.
yeah, I gotcha. I'm still getting used to it too, and I
Same.
think in the heat of the moment, given everything that's fucking going on right now, I kind of forgot. Yeah, we'll talk.
Actually, Crackteeth, are you familiar with the name Sparkles?
We really got to do this now?
I mean, he needs to know.
I'm familiar with a user by the name of Sparkles, who let you into the dark web, sweets.
Well, Sparkles and I
we
go.
We fix no longer dark.
This is true. Sparkles
do
and I
this.
go. Sparkles and I go way back, and she's in the city.
Sparkles is like infamous in the dark web, serious hacker shit. NSA level. What the fuck do you mean you go way back?
She's an old friend. That's what I mean.
She's Garu.
Yeah, and she's obviously a glass walker, and she's here in the city.
No shit. About time there was another one here. God damn it.
I mean, I just told her to reach out. I didn't want you to get, I know you, like, is geek an offensive term?
Not anymore. We kind of reclaimed that a while ago.
Okay, all right. I know you computer geeks get real cagey when you reach out to each other in meat space. That's what it's called, right? Meat space.
Dear God,
Sounds bad when
sweets.
you say it, but yeah.
Get to the point.
It sounds
of
like you're
whatever it is
watching
that
the
you
old
want to
movie
say.
Hackers.
I just wanted you to know she's gonna reach out,
Okay.
and she's got access to. She has access to your grandfather's barrow.
She found it.
Yeah.
Man in spirit in computer that is not real. Yes.
And it's a lot of power, Yusuf. I mean, I didn't know your grandfather very well, but I know he had some serious juice, enough that him and Annihilator were, buddy.
Yeah. I'll definitely deal with that once we have the meeting with the leeches.
Well, yes, but also I want to plant a seed, and if it doesn't grow, that's fine, Yusuf. But I think there's enough juice there that with the proper rights, there could be a cairn in the city.
Wouldn't that be fucking something?
Sounds
Hey.
nice, actually.
I wouldn't if there's a few people I wouldn't put it past to be able to get the juice up to do it. It'd be Yerpak and Sparkles and Hana and the rest of the city wolves.
Too bad there aren't any bone gnars here anymore to enjoy it, but yeah.
There is. She's
I'm
sitting
here.
right here.
You know what
Fucking
I mean.
dick.
You know what I mean. Might attract some more though, so that's something.
I'm just saying if you need help, you probably shouldn't talk to me, but I'll help how I can.
I think you got bigger things on your plate, old man.
I was gonna make another your mother joke, but I don't feel like it.
Look, you can make all the your mother jokes that you want to me if you tell me if you have any inclination in all that old man wisdom where Shukra went.
I mean, do I have 3 guesses? Yeah. Do any of them have any real weight behind them? Tough to say.
Well, if you have any other old friends who are stargazers who just happen to pop up into the city of Berlin, you can send them my way too.
I mean, I could try and reach out to some people back in New York, but I mean, I don't even know how I'd contact them. I'd be talking to like a pigeon spirit or something and trying to get a pigeon to go all the way across the ocean. I mean, it's a hell of a time.
Hey, pigeons are cool.
Pigeons are cool. Pigeons are cool as fuck, but pigeons also get very tired of
If you
flying.
remember
across the
any
ocean.
names, I can find them probably pretty easily on the internet. No pigeon spirits required.
Well,
Names, not deed names, not Garu names.
oh fuck, what was Chuck's last name?
You know what? I'll ask Maggie. Maggie.
You know what? That's you're gonna have better luck there. But my 3 guesses. First guess, I heard there was a mass migration of the stargazers to Asia. Like,
Yes, that's what everyone says. Funnily enough, Asia's a big place.
right. Second guess is that wherever they were going, whatever they were running towards, they never made it. The third guess, which, if I'm being real, seems the most hopeful, but also plausible. They went and pulled a Merlin.
Meaning they're hiding off in the Umbra, you mean?
Yeah. It's not really safe anymore, but where Marcus was born and where Maggie was born, it was a cairn that was in the Umbra. It didn't exist on this side of the gauntlet.
They had a place like that in Barcelona. I tried during my rite of passage there to entreat Chimera, but I never got an answer.
I'm really sorry that happened to you, Yusuf.
It's fine, I don't want to have this conversation anymore. And he shifts the gear and starts driving faster.
Timber's gonna lean into Lorelei. Some sad, rambling soapbox.
It's like a tall soapbox, like boxes stacked on top of each other.
That's how Sweets helped Timber break into pantry.
Ah. Nice.
It is Lorelei okay?
Lorelei's fine. Is ready to meet a leech.
Yes.
She looks decidedly not fine.
No. But Timber's just going to like scooch closer and just like put her shoulder against Lorelei's. Timber is also fine.
I hear you.
Just gonna bonk her head against Lorelei's. And then wait until the car stops so she can leap out the window.
I'm gonna use Mind Speak if possible.
Spend me a point of willpower. I won't make you make a roll because you're here, but... How much willpower do you have, Elias?
Giving the... Would we refresh this?
Nope.
Alright, well then we are sitting at 3 superficial.
Okay.
Yeah. Not great. And he'll speak to Lorelei, using Mind Speak. and just start off by saying, Lorelei's fine.
Can I help you?
Can I help you?
Do you need something?
How's Wolf?
I'm sorry?
How is Wolf?
Why are you asking me this?
Because it's obvious when you put pieces together. Everyone assumes that when you're alone, you just see the world in the lens of red. You're just constantly missing the small details. But you were able to change. So how's Wolf?
I did what I had to do for my pack and for my care.
I'm not judging you. I grew enough to admit that I was wrong. I pushed and I told Sweets that his daughter needed to die because she was tainted, she was corrupted. And all he kept saying was that she could be brought back, and look, he was right. I'm not an idiot. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I was right. I was proven wrong. And you're nowhere near as far gone as she was.
I could be.
It's true, you could be. We'd bring you back, just like we brought her back.
I hope it's that easy.
No, I don't expect it will be, but Lorelei's not fine. Part of the issue with Tierra is she chose to run without a pack. Why don't you do something different? Stop making the same mistakes. Talk to your pack. Because I caught it. I know somewhere deep down Sweets caught it. Hana might have caught it. Timber definitely caught it. She just doesn't realize what happened fully. So stop being a shit and share with your pack. Doesn't have to be now. I'm not your dad. But if you make the same mistakes as Tierra, you'll end up just like her. And it'll be that much harder to drag you back. If you make further mistakes, we won't be able to drag you back. I'll have to kill you, Savagewind. I don't want to do that.
Maybe you're right. But we'll deal with that after tonight.
Whatever you say, pack leader. Are you going to be good?
As good as I can be.
We're with you.
No,
If we have to burn the place down, I've got a nice little plan cooked up for it. Just as a heads up. Just want to include you in that.
let's try to avoid that. It's probably not, plan A material.
I feel like it's a good plan B at the very least.
Maybe.
Gets the Witch of Kudam out of her hovel.
Which, right? Yeah.
The car pulls up abruptly, just in a place that you recognize Hana, and of course everyone else recognizes it too. This is where you found Hana, right by the tunnels, those leech tunnels, as Timber calls them. Crackteeth pulls in sharply, and he says, "Last stop, kids."
Okay.
Lana's just gonna pat the back of the seat and just say thanks for the ride.
Crackteeth, do you need more? I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you need more than one person with being wired?
I mean, I'd love to have multiple people being wired. It's not going to take a whole lot, and he sort of holds out this thing that sort of looks like it's made out of plastic or maybe metal. You're not really sure. It's just a small, little, tiny ring. I just need this in your ear. Stick it in deep.
Yeah.
Fine.
He holds it out to both of you. Through the
I was gonna
window.
take it
I'll take
and
it.
pop it.
He taps something on his dashboard, sort of dashboard keyboard thing he's got here, and he's like, "I'm in." It's a hacker joke.
I caught it. It's good. It's a good one.
Weaver trash.
What hacked? The Crackteeth just sit and push thing.
Weaver trash.
Weaver trash. Crackteeth not go anywhere.
Crackteeth, go somewhere.
Crackteeth pick up pack.
Pinecones looks at you and says, "What happened? No 4 legs, Timber."
Timber cannot carry, and she's gonna like kick where she shoved the sword under the seat. Cannot carry while 4 leg too heavy.
I watch for you.
Best brother.
Yes, correct.
There's something you could do for Cascada if you can get your hands on any meds while you're out.
Talia, who reaches out to you, Lorelei, to stop you before you go too far. Talia says, "Yeah, one of the leeches we're supposed to meet is apparently a doctor."
The bag
Hilarious.
medicine.
We'll find out if he's really a doctor, and if he's not, then we'll just raid the local hospital.
And kill leech.
If they're useless.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Lorelei, before you go.
Yes.
Pack leader to pack leader. If Renata is in there, she's an issue, and she looks back at Crackteeth and Pinecones. She's becoming an issue. She was your... I don't know, your... She's Let's daughter. I feel like it should be you who decides what happens to her.
I mean, what's she doing that's being such an issue?
She's undermining me.
Gotcha. Okay.
She's using, and she looks again at Crackteeth and Pinecones, who are specifically not looking at Talia. And very overtly not looking at Talia. She's using her connection to us to get my packmates to kill for her.
Right. Okay.
If you want to take her on as responsibility, that's up to you. If I run into her again, it'll be the last time.
Message received. I'll figure it out.
It's a courtesy call, since she's a Let's daughter.
Appreciated.
Dad, be good.
Yeah. Always. Be careful. I'm gonna be real with you, kid. This is one of the few situations where I don't know what you're walking into. And I'm sorry for that. But you got a good head on your shoulders and Falcon at your back. You're gonna be just fine.
I know. And Moore Walker will join us eventually, and he'll be good backup if it comes to it.
Okay. Well, let me just ask you something real quick. I heard what you Said to Lorelei. Is this politics or is this necessary?
I'm a Silver Fang, Dad. Politics and necessity go hand in hand.
You understand what you're asking of her, right?
Yep. And I know she's strong enough to handle it one way or the other. It's another thing we're really good at, delegation.
Okay, I feel that you're getting a little sharp with me, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. But I love you.
I don't like this. I know you're doing this for Bertrand. I understand it's necessary. I don't like any of this, but this isn't my pack. And Bertrand's not my son, obviously. It's my brother.
I know. I'm not a huge fan of it either, but this is the path to making things right with your brother. And to be fair, you opened my eyes to the fact that I wasn't as bad as I thought I was. And thank you for that.
I don't think all thin bloods are as bad. Definitely whoever this Witch of Kudam is bad.
Okay. I'll handle it.
I gotta go.
Alright, I love you.
Good luck.
Kiss her on the forehead.
And crack teeth. The van closes and he drives off. And before you head to the door, I'm gonna jump back up to the Witch of Kudam very quickly. Up here alone in your box seat, Jessica will be arriving shortly to inform you of how the night is going, as she so often does. She's very rarely not by your side. And I need to know, Mina Hexa, have you done anything while you've been waiting for these wolves who are late?
Assuming that either I made some protections beforehand, or if anything was there that I needed to do right now still, I made sure that there are a few wolves coming in here, and I'm not stupid. Think that that's not possibly an issue. So I'd like to prepare it as much as possible. I would have informed Jessica, perhaps, of this fact. Just matter-of-factly being that there are a few wolves coming in. They're tough to kill. Not impossible, just tough to kill. I would like to not make a mess in here.
Jessica has been well informed, and you notice when you mention werewolves that Jessica has a glint of, not sure what it is, recognition, understanding, like she may know something about werewolves or may have met a werewolf before.
I'm assuming you're aware of what happened with Renata.
Yes, I am. Yes, I wasn't out there when it happened, but yes, I saw the carnage later. Helped Alyosha get rid of the bodies.
She's still welcome here. She's still protected here. But that could be temporary.
My advice, if you want to take it, Mina Hexa, is if you do not want her here anymore, you should just expel her, don't kill her.
Heard. And that's kind of the signal of you're dismissed.
And as I said, she doesn't leave. She sort of is your watcher over everything, and she just goes as far away from the box to not disturb you. But she's still in the general area, so that if you need her, she can be at your side.
For now, I think with the wolves being late, I merely spent the rest of the time looking at and maybe touching the statue ones, trying to temper down the agitation and frustration that's there because guests will be arriving soon, and we're not going to be outright frustrated to lupines.
Certainly. Do you make me a rouse check and resolve an Auspex roll?
I succeeded on the rouse check. And... four successes.
Flits and visions that don't make any sense, that come to your mind too fast and are scrambled together. Nothing. You can't make any sense of it. So your agitation, unfortunately, will not recede before the werewolves come. Whoever this woman is or was, whatever she is or was, you have to know. She's done something that even your millennia plus here on this earth cannot determine.
I think it's a mixture of frustration but also admiration, because there's only one thing I want. It's to understand what happened to this woman, so that I know if I want to do the same, or if I want to, no, not even do the same, improve what she did.
Sounds much more likely. Outside, our wolves are gathered around Beghane. The line stretches down several blocks of many people dressed in various black and leather and fishnets, waiting to get in. Of course, the person at the door, much like the night you found Hana, is not even paying any attention to the people waiting. However long they've been waiting, he doesn't seem to care. He's sitting there, and of course, sweets, just like before, you immediately can smell the smell of your son Bertrand.
Sweets will approach him.
So you're gonna cut through as Germans love to do, stand in line. You're gonna cut right through the line and just straight up to the doorman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was imagining Lorelei was leading everybody.
I'm not gonna lie, Hana's probably got a little more spring in her step, even though considering the fact that like this is also kind of scary and also bringing up some weird memories.
Yep.
She's actually getting in now.
There's a lot of people who start shouting at you in line and calling you names and saying, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you cutting the line?" But I assume you ignore them.
I'm just gonna puff my vape.
The person you approach, Alyosha, who's sitting on a little tiny stool outside of Beghane. He has a very bleach blonde hair, and he's very fit, very attractive young man. And he's got very bright blue eyes. And he doesn't seem to recognize any of you right away, so he looks a little confused at who you are and what you're doing. And he says, "Can I help you?"
We've been invited.
Oh, shit.
Hi.
Your Bertrand's family, these aren't the wolves the witch described.
Is that gonna make a problem for you?
I certainly hope not.
What describe?
I shouldn't have said anything. You can call me Yosha.
Savagewind.
Savagewind.
Yes.
Imanced. Okay.
Heart Eater.
Eats the spiral.
These are long names.
You just call me Sweets.
You should not answer question, so not answer.
Alright. I assume you're Bertrand's dad.
I am.
He holds out a hand. It's nice to meet you.
I'd like to have lunch with you and my son sometime. I'd like to get to know you before I'm dead.
Alright. You're all making me very, very uncomfortable because... for reasons that I don't necessarily understand. I've never quite felt like this before.
It's because you haven't spent a lot of time around us.
No.
Can we go in, or are you gonna hold us here?
Yup, let me just tell Jessica. And he taps on his earpiece. And Jessica comes down, and as soon as she comes down, Sweets, this is gonna be a long time from between then and now, so I need a wits and awareness roll.
Okay, wits and awareness for Sweets is not a great pool if I'm being
It's
totally
not
real.
great.
Yeah.
Wonder what that's like.
And I don't have any rage back yet either, so I'm still sitting on 0.
Since you're going to meet a leech, I'll let you have 1 rage. Anyone... I'll give everyone 1 additional rage because you're going to go meet a leech. Does that put Elias at 5?
As a treat,
4.
Yep, I'm at 4.
We out here.
I'm at a whole 2.
Mhm.
That will be 4 successes though.
All right, I was looking for 3. 4 successes. You smell something very on Jessica. You're not quite sure what it is that you smell on her, but you smell Yogan, not your grandson, not your 8-year-old grandson Yogan. You smell your son Yogan smell. You haven't smelled this smell in a decade or more because he passed away, but you smell something on her. And then you remember Tiara telling you that Yogan had a girlfriend in the city. Girlfriend named Jessica.
Sweets will look to Lorelei. Can I have a minute? I gotta take care of something.
Sure.
And he'll just kind of look over at Elias, watch my back.
Got you.
He'll approach her.
She's standing right at the door. She has wristbands in her hand. And she doesn't recognize you, obviously. And she has a... is there a color that you like?
Green.
She hands it to you.
I know this is gonna sound really strange, and I'm sorry for that. You didn't happen to date Jürgen Sweet about 11 years ago?
Yes, I did. But, I think he... What is the phrase? He ghosted me. He never came back around to the theater.
He ghosted you more than you think, sweetheart. He was my son, and he passed.
Oh. I'm very sorry to hear that.
I heard a lot about you, and I'm really happy to finally meet you.
He told me that his family were werewolves. I never believed him. It wasn't until I became a sin blood that I realized he probably was telling the truth, but I never got to tell him.
Well, it's the truth. And Sweets will take that stupid pocket notebook out and write his phone number on a piece of paper and pull it out and hand it to her. If you ever just want to talk about him, or if you need anything, just call me, okay?
Jessica gives you a very nervous smile and looks at Yosha and looks back at you and she says, I have everything that I need provided for me by the Witch of Kudam. Thank you. Please put on your wristband.
You got it.
Why leech collar?
It's a wristband to indicate you are special guests. As the request of the Witch of Kudam.
Alright, Timber.
The collar.
Goes on the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
She hands you a red wristband, Timber. Please put on your wristband.
Activate printable sensor.
Timber's gonna hold it.
I don't have it, so I couldn't say anything. I was just like,
Spend me a point of willpower.
The please put on your wristband sounded so ominous. Jessica, you have to learn to sell it better. Gosh.
What color wristbands do they have?
Any color you want.
4.
Get the fuck out of here.
With 4 successes, yeah. You're not quite sure if there's anything on these wristbands that seems dangerous. The only thing that you can see is that in the Umbra, they are represented as being a little dirtier, maybe? You're not entirely sure.
I want purple.
For this, you would need Sense the Unseen to see what's going on with the wristbands. Purple. She hands you purple.
Before, I guess, how to put it on before I can say anything. I'll put it on, but I'll pull Hana aside when we get inside.
Yours is black. Timber, do you put yours on?
No.
Okay, you
No,
won't be able to go
Timber-
in unless you put it
Timber holds it in her hand.
on. Elias, do you put yours on? Yours is white.
I hate it here. I hate it here. There's nothing I can do. I hate this. I hate this so much. I don't have anything.
Just put the wristband on. This is like the thing in Dungeons and Dragons where you won't touch the door. Yeah. Just touch the door.
I am the player that takes the cursed item.
I'll put the fucking wristband on, begrudgingly, pissed off the entire time. I'll crinkle it up a little bit.
Okay. So Jessica steps out of the way. Alyosha does not step out of your way, Timber. But he does detect that you have an accent, and he speaks to you in Polish, which Jessica can't understand, and no one else here can understand, as Alyosha is a Slavic name. And he says, please, just put it on.
For old wolf pup. Why?
It is failsafe.
Timber will remember this. I'll talk to old wolf pup. She's gonna put it on.
Mm-hmm. You don't feel anything strange that happens, but as you do, Jessica steps out of the way and says, please, I will take you to meet the witch. And as you pass over the threshold into Berghain, I need everyone to remove their rage dice, please.
Ah!
Oh, damn.
Place is kind of calm.
Instant panic.
And all of you can feel as you walk through, as Jessica leads you upstairs through the throngs of people everywhere. It's extraordinarily dim. It's extremely loud, especially for your animalistic ears. There's bodies everywhere. People bump into you. Everything smells like sweat and alcohol and maybe cigarettes. You're not sure if people are smoking in here. It's extremely potent and overpowering. And as she leads you up there, the closer you get to the second floor where the witch is, the more you feel like at any moment you could be repelled out of this club. You feel a very heavy pressure overhead as you walk through it. And since Lorelei activated Penumbral Senses, when you look up, you see that much of this club would be represented in the Umbra as being covered in blood glyphs that you don't recognize. They're not Garu glyphs. You can't see them to the naked eye, as with most Tremere rituals, but they're here. As you head up the stairs to meet whoever this is, Jessica stops halfway up and just lets you walk past her. I need to know what order we're going.
I'll be in front.
I would like to go last.
I'd like to be last.
Timber is pressed directly to Elias's shoulder. Just.
I'll
This is
take
the worst.
Timber's hand.
This is the worst.
Yep.
I'm not sure how the devices on me work completely, but so I'm just like looking around as much as I can.
That thing in your ear doesn't do anything that you're aware of. Wristband doesn't do anything either, except you feel kind of chill. Everyone feels a little bit more chilled out. Mina Hexa, can you tell me what you're doing? And can you describe what all the wolves see as you watch these 5 people head up your stairs to where it is slightly quieter and you can have a conversation?
As the wolves come up the stairs, they will definitely see the statue in the back of the room where I'm in, but I'm not looking at that at the moment. I'm currently sitting down on one of the sofas in the room, and I'm kind of gazing at my own hands. Maybe an odd side, maybe thinking that she's really just daydreaming. And I'm just making small geometrical shapes with my hand, ever so slightly. For myself, I am thinking back on things of long, long, long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what they see. I'm imagining at a certain point I will notice them.
Mm-hmm.
And when they do take a few steps further in, I will stand up and I will look at them to greet them, actually.
Before you greet them, I do need to note, none of these look like the wolves that you saw in your vision. How you feel about that, I'll leave entirely up to you.
I think the first thing that gave it away was the fact that there are 5 of them there, and I only needed 3. There are 5 of them there, and none of them are the right ones. As they all walk in one line, I'll speak up. Schade, es gibt so viel von euch. Pleasure, please come inside. I was expecting you all a little bit sooner.
Just nod and just, without saying anything, walk. Walk past.
Though as
Oh, good.
I was gonna say, as Hana enters, I would like to activate my penumbral senses.
Spend me that point of willpower. Lorelei,
Yep.
resolve and wisdom. One more.
Okay.
I don't suppose sense danger would do anything in this moment.
No, I think I think this is enough to know that this is at least a dangerous situation for someone.
Yeah, cool.
What's that? Nothing to worry about. She seems super nice, super chill, super cool. She has a great club.
I hate it here.
Worst.
6 with the crit.
Perfect. Okay.
4.
Let's deal with Hana's. Hana, you look at this woman who stands up to greet you, but your eyes catch something in the corner of the room. It's a stone person. And here in the real world, it looks like a statue made out of stone, really well made, like really perfectly carved person out of stone. But how she's represented in the Umbra, well, gosh, it reminds you of that necklace that you saw on Aelin. How this stone woman is represented in the Umbra is she appears to be a woman of Middle Eastern descent, maybe. Very young, beautiful. She's dressed in archaic clothing that you don't recognize. And her eyes are wide open. And she's searching all over this room. You don't think she's looking at this room in particular, but she's searching all over.
Okay.
Those eyes are like the eyes in the necklace. Lorelei, you look at the Witch of Kudum. You see this as well, by the way, this stone woman, exactly what I described to Hana. But you look at the Witch of Kudum a little bit more seriously, and what is standing in front of you, what is represented in the Umbra, is something akin to a desiccated corpse. Long desiccated and animated by supernatural blood. She looks nothing like she does in the real world. How the Umbra would see her is exactly as she is. Millennia dead. She's frightening, to say the very least.
Well, I think as we been walking past, I would look over and just do a once over, see that, and just file that away. File that away for later.
Same with Hana with what she sees with the statue.
You can all come inside and sit down.
I'll look back at my pack and gesture for them to follow.
Yeah, Hana will follow in.
Yeah, once Lorelei nods that we go in, we go in. And Timber doesn't want to let go of Elias's hand, but she will. Try and stand up a little straighter.
Just one squeeze as you kind of right yourself.
I kind of imagine it as all of them sitting like almost as close as they could on one couch, like on one side and stuff, like squeezing in together. And I will go to the like just opposite couch. So I very much imagine as just all of them on the other side, like tightly squeezed together. Not that they have to. I just imagine it's that way.
Elias would stand if possible.
Yeah,
He
Timber
can.
will sit right next to Lorelei.
Hana will sit wherever there's room.
And sweets.
Sweets is gonna follow the witch's eye line. What is she looking at?
At this moment, as most of your pack is already piling into a sofa or standing there, she is flitting her eyes between every single one of you from the opposite side.
I think Sweets will sit kind of like in this circular couch setup, kind of off to the side, a little bit closer to the witch.
It's important to note that Sweets is a man in his early 70s.
I'm imagining all of the others are younger-ish looking, and then Sweets is like older looking.
There's not a single one over the age of like 35. Hana, maybe being the youngest, looks maybe like 20, 21.
Yeah. What can I call all of you?
Savagewind.
Heart Eater.
Pizza Spiral.
Sweets is gonna nod his head to Timber and give her a look.
And the wolf.
You can call me Sweets.
You can call me the witch. Now, why are there 5 of you?
Were you expecting more or less?
I was expecting 3 of you.
Well, you got 5 of us. Why did you call us here?
I didn't call you here, but you are here right now, so I'm not gonna just send you away. I call other wolves. Apparently the message got misunderstood in some way. I called 3 other wolves and I have 5 of you here.
Really sorry that happened. What can we do to make this better?
How did you get the message that you were supposed to come here?
We were simply told you wanted to see wolves. We happened to be available.
Right, it is not your mistake. Noted. I was looking for 3 other wolves. More specifically, a girl with one eye, a wolf with a pine cone in his mouth, and a man chewing on a computer. Ring any bells?
What do you want with them?
I don't want anything with them. I wanted to have a conversation.
You're gonna need to give me a little bit more if you want me to get them interested in talking to you.
So I got the middleman.
What can I say? I got a face for middle management.
You absolutely do.
Pine cone in mouse. Why say that?
Because the 3 wolves that I described to you right now, I think will have a very big part to play in the survival of this city and the survival of your precious Umbra. Or the veil between us and there.
All of you feel this strange sensation that you should be angry. This is a leech talking about the Umbra. Absolutely not something you think leeches should know anything about or be talking about. And as angry as you get, the rage does not boil within you. And if any of you had any question now that these bracelets are doing something to you, there's no question anymore.
You're just made of paper, right?
Would you like to try and rip them off?
No, I was looking. Is it made of paper?
Looks like it's made out of some sort of plastic, like you sort of tie it.
Ah, got it. Okay.
You can try and rip it off if you want to.
I think she'll just start fidgeting with it.
I will make sure that the message gets passed on that you want to talk.
I don't know how involved any of you are in anything that is happening around the city currently. Although I'm assuming what I know of your kind, you must have felt some changes happening. I merely wish to speak to the 3 wolves I mentioned. Because again, I think that they're needed in something. Whether they want to or not, they'll be involved.
I'll look over at everybody and gauge their reactions, what they're feeling.
Anna looks like she's biting back words. Like there's a lot she wants to say, but she's not going to out of respect for Lorelei and also not wanting to piss off the witch.
Do I have to roll to notice this in their demeanor?
You can roll me 2 things. First, you can roll me a wits and insight. You rolled 6 successes, Lorelei, and Hannah rolled 4 successes. Okay.
5 successes for the wits insight.
All right. So, without having to make any roll, you can tell that they are all annoyed in general. Werewolves, any interaction you've had with werewolves, in general, they seem to be angry, they seem to be annoyed, pissed off most of the time. That seems to be their base level. However, with Hannah's 4 successes, Hannah, would you roll me composure and subterfuge?
Sure.
Lorelei, make that roll for me too.
Okay.
I'm picking on Hannah because Hannah has really bad composure.
I also have 0 subterfuge.
Oh, perfect.
So.
I think it's going to be Hannah who's going to give the game away here.
Too nice.
Hey, listen, I actually put points in the subterfuge this time.
0
For some reason.
Perfect. Hold on to that thought. Meine Hexe also make me one more rouse check for this scene, since now we're in a new scene. Okay, and a resolve and aspects roll. Let me write that one down. So I need to hold on to that. Elias, at any point do you try and take that wristband off?
He's picking at it.
That's not my question.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
5.
Perfect. That's exactly the number I needed. All right. So, as they're all sitting there wondering, well, what the fuck do you want us to do? You want these 3 random werewolves. One, you can notice that both Savagewind and Eats the Spiral, are having a difficult time not looking at the stone person in this room. They have some sort of recognition on their face or some sort of something on their face when they look at her, something that you don't have. That's for goddamn sure. 2, 5 successes. When you look at Wolf, as she called herself, you see her playing. A vision crosses your eyes, or you see 2 small wolves playing somewhere in a forest, snow, and one of them has a pine cone in his mouth. When you look at Savagewind, you see standing very, very, very close behind her is a massive white wolf that breathes behind her neck and blows her hair. When you look at Eats the Spiral, you see a person standing next to her. A person who has no head, but has their hand on her shoulder. When you look at Heart Eater, you see standing next to him a unicorn that is dying. And next to Sweets is the most disturbing of sights. A squealing pig that is rotting into the floor.
I'll, as I was intending to, first look at Eats the Spiral, because they clearly are holding back words and trying to contain themselves. So I'll say, I would love it if you speak freely. All of you, that is, but I see that you're biting down words.
Hana's eyes kind of go wide for a second, and then she's gonna dart around a few ways before looking towards Lorelei with what do I do? What do I do?
Can't really convey a whole lot with a glance.
Just a panic look.
She looks a little annoyed.
I think you'll come to understand about us given time. It feels weird calling you witch, but anyway, I think you'll find with time. Generally speaking, speaking freely isn't something we do. Not with look her up and down, your kind.
Can you actually do magic? She says, deflecting.
I can actually do magic. I'm doing magic right now, and what I see is a lot of things hanging around all of you. More specifically, I know that you, looking at Wolf, have connections with the wolf with the pine cone I was talking about.
That's what I said.
She looks at Savagewind. What do you see when you look at her?
A statue that makes me very uncomfortable.
Yes, and beyond that, I'm sure the statue is so realistic, it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. There's more to it. What more do you see when you look at her?
Eyes.
What is it?
It is a woman. Or it used to be. I'm unsure yet. It used to be a woman, and now she is made of stone.
Did you do that?
I don't have the capabilities to do that yet.
So there are things beyond the witch's purview that she can't do?
Why else would I still be walking around this earth if there weren't?
You mentioned something wrong with the city. What do you know?
One answer for another. I saw that both Savagewind and Eats the Spiral, that they both kind of, I got the clue that they saw more to the statue than I did. Do I also know that, I think so, that wolves listen to their pack leader?
I think you can determine that just from wolves. You can watch National Geographic and determine that.
Imagine the witch's preparation for tonight, like watching National Geographic, like documentaries on wolves.
No, TikToks. National Geographic's too long.
TikToks. Wolf TikTok.
Exactly.
TikToks. Got it down for one of them. Perfect.
Who among you is your leader that you all listen to? I want to address the right person when asking something.
Anna's eyes immediately, just untrained in any of this, just immediately just shoot the Lorelei.
Timber's head goes down and she's just watching the witch.
She just looks up, meets her eyes. That'd be me.
I'll give you answers, but first I'll ask something in return. An answer for an answer. Would you or your companion here, motioning to Eats the Spiral, would either of you touch the statue? It will not harm you, as far as I know.
I think it's at that point that Sweets will kind of slide over a little closer to Lorelei and lean over and just say, "We can leave whenever you want. We don't have to stay here."
You certainly don't have to stay.
Lorelei will, not wanting. I think the Dotson Hogloss might actually be kind of driving her a little bit. She doesn't want to seem like a coward. And she'll, like, meeting the witch's eyes the whole time, stand, walk over the statue and poke it.
There's a moment where it looks like Hana's about to stand up, but not wanting to, like, undermine Lorelei. She's just going to lock eyes onto the statue and try to see what she makes out when that happens.
Now, I assume the witch is asking you to touch it because the Hekata that she met couldn't touch her. But nothing happens here. Lorelei, you are free to touch this woman. Nothing happens to you. However, whether you tell this to the witch or not is up to you. But with your penumbral senses still activated, by touch, she feels warm. And the eyes look at you when you touch her.
Do the eyes look?
Yes?
Do the eyes look like a freak?
Do you want to activate Share the Senses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You need to touch Lorelei to do that.
Oh, okay. Can I, quick reminder, can I with Scry the Soul at this moment see the reaction she has?
Yeah, if you scry Lorelei's soul, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't have to touch her for that,
Nope.
right? Yeah, so that's my intention. I'll scry her soul when she is touching it, because you can hide a reaction all you want to, but your soul cannot hide a reaction.
Yep, so
Wild.
that's a rouse check and a wits and auspex. Yes, Lorelei, when you touch her, and Hana can see the eyes move down to look at where you are touching her.
Do you guys look? My question was, do you look afraid?
No,
Interesting.
they
Okay.
look angry.
I'm not gonna lie, Hana's gonna jump, but when she sees that movement, she's like,
The eyes look very angry.
Timber, if Hana jumps, Timber's gonna kind of lean in. The stone look like stone in city that only you see.
do I notice any tendrils creeping around it or anything like that?
No.
Hana's just gonna shake her head.
To you, with your penumbral senses, she looks just like a woman. She doesn't look like a person of stone.
I'm just gonna lean into Timber, and then in the barest whisper, she's just gonna say, "A woman. She's looking at Lorelei."
What did you roll, Menahexa?
I got one more hunger,
Mhm.
but
Two
I
hunger?
have 7 successes.
7 successes, yeah. So,
Oh.
there's quite a few things that you can read in Scry the Soul. Specifically, you want to see what Lorelei is seeing. And yes, Lorelei, I need to know what your reaction is when the woman looks at you, and what your reaction is when she's warm. As I said, in the real world, she's made of stone. But represented in the Umbra, she's a person.
I think Lorelei would go from horrified realization to trying to be angry and like directing it at the witch just because,
Mm-hmm.
and then go into feeling sorry for whoever this is.
So those are all emotions that you pick up from Scry the Soul. You pick up other things as well. You pick up that Lorelei is a person of fierce determination. Also a person who is putting on a mask, or at least faking it until they make it, in the sense of being a pack leader. You also get that there is a deep need for vengeance and revenge living inside of Lorelei, maybe deeper than you've ever felt from any person that you've ever met.
I will not speak up for a moment, because it's very clear to me that Lorelei, or the Savagewind, is reacting to the statue. I'm not going to interrupt that. I will keep watching until she would at some point turn away from the statue.
Yeah, it wouldn't take long. She would pull her hand back, turn her body, but keep looking at the statue for a moment, and then turn her head and walk back to her seat.
Once your face is in view of like being able to see us again, Hana's just gonna mouth, "Are you okay?"
A simple up nod.
A reminder, you can all speak in the Garu tongue.
What does it sound like to somebody who can't speak it?
Yeah, sounds like barking. No, it sounds like it sounds like something guttural, animalistic, no human language that you would recognize.
Yeah, not yet. I'm pretty sure the witch would just be like, "What you saying?"
I don't think Sweets has taken his eyes off the witch the whole time Lorelei's been at the statue. He's watching her, watching Lorelei, and trying to pick up anything that he can off of her physicality, her features, her...
No. And this is maybe the most important thing to learn about a leech, especially a leech as old as the witch. You can't. Nothing about her does she do any real human affectations. She doesn't blink or shift or, have any sort of tells. Everything about her is so very stoic and unmoving. You don't know how long it's been since she blinked. She doesn't breathe. So no, that would be an extraordinary feat of wits and awareness.
I think someone of your age would know that all the stereotypes humans and people believe in are there for a reason. Only with knowledge do you get past those stereotypes.
I don't know what you're trying to say to me right now. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
She turns to look at Savagewind, who is walking back. So, as I said, an answer for an answer, and you will get it as one leader to the other. What did you see? What did you feel?
Warmth. And those eyes move.
So you have the capability to see and interact with lands beyond the one we're standing in right now.
I mean the Umbra.
So you have also encountered or had anything to do with raids then, for example?
First, an answer for an answer.
She will turn to It's the Spiral because she is the one who asked the question. The veil that keeps the Skinlands separate from the Shadowlands, or the Umbra as you like to call it, is constantly being pulled at. In a matter of weeks or months or however long it takes, one side will win that pulling contest. And the veil will either go down or stay up. That is why a lot of people are putting a lot of interest suddenly in this city.
At that point, Sweets will say in the primal tongue, I think we're done here.
That's not answer to what caused, just what broke.
We need to learn more if we can.
She's just looking as you all talk in like primal tongue, like just like little growls and stuff. She's just like watching almost with like a pleasant fascination. Just like, oh, they're doing that little thing here.
Yeah.
Just saw on TikTok.
Yeah, in the tone she's in the Garu tone, she's gonna Hana's gonna say, we need to figure out if this is connected to the Shadow Bane.
The woman? Why not to just break open and let out? Seems stupid. Waste of time. Timber hates it here.
Kind of put my knee against Timber's knee. Like, well, and to everybody in the primal tongue say, we'll leave soon. I have one more question.
And like Timber's like, but like, there's more. You see more.
Can you roll me wits and insight again, meine Hexe? Specifically aiming towards Sweets, composure, and subterfuge. Sweets.
Sure. I think the last thing Sweets will say is just remember the only thing we owe these fucking leeches is a swift death.
Yeah.
You said composure and subterfuge?
Yeah.
Big old 3 with big old 3.
I think Hana's gonna hold on to the hypocrisy of what she heard.
If that's contestant, then that's a 7 for me.
I got not enough. I did get 5 with the crit, but it will not be enough to avoid the gaze of the witch.
Well, one, you can tell that the old man, Sweets as he calls himself, is not happy. And he looks like he's about ready to go, so, and stand up and leave. Which is what the Germans do when they want to leave. So if you, again, we're in the scene, I'm not going to make you spend the blood. Roll a resolve and Auspex one more time for Sweets.
5 successes.
5 successes. So now this is not 5 total for the whole gaggle of werewolves you got here. This is 5 just for Sweets. So that squealing pig, you see it again next to Sweets where he is in the room. However, you focus in on him as you can tell from his body language that he is ready to GTFO. And you focus in and you see this pig inside of somewhere that looks rotting. At one place must have been a beautiful place in the woods, but now it's all incredibly decaying and rotting. And you see all around this place are bodies, dead bodies that seem to be also rotting into the ground. And you see him speaking to this pig's head on the ground, begging it, asking it what he can do to help him. And from behind him, he gets stabbed through the heart with a very strange looking metal instrument. You think it's made out of silver. Don't think you would know enough about the technocracy because you were made vampire long before they existed, but it's a very strange weapon you've never seen before that stabs him right through the heart and kills him.
I know that your kind doesn't like to be around my kind, and you're free to leave at any moment. Problem is, if you decide to leave and you decide to pay my words no heed, you decide to not contact the 3 wolves that I told you about, because at this moment I am certain you will not, and you would rather warn them to stay away from here, then you are dooming your city, and you are dooming more than the city to be united with the Umbra, and for the 2 of them to be inseparable. I'm assuming you would want balance and peace to remain. I'm assuming that wish could possibly be greater than your own instincts right now. Or not. It's an educated guess.
Shiver runs down Hana's spine.
And with that shiver, we are going to stop here for a very quick break because I wasn't paying attention to the time. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a Bane and Blood, episode 9, a Blood Pulse. Right now, all the werewolves are sitting very tensely and uncomfortably up in the Witch of Kudam's private box here at her club, Bergane. Lorelei and Hana spent a lot of time examining this stone woman in the corner, and the witch seems extremely interested in what they see on her. Specifically, they see her as a person, not a stone woman. They also see eyes that move around and look around on her facade. And Meine Hexe, you just now accessed your premonition and saw something outside of your understanding. You saw Sweets bent down speaking to a rotting pig's head in a field of dead bodies and getting stabbed by a very handsome looking gentleman with dark curly hair through the heart with some sort of steel or silver object. And that is where we left off.
And I basically gave them a small little speech to say, hey, I think you might want to stay here for a small little bit. So
correct.
If you cherish, the stability and the balance that there is right now.
Correct.
She will look at Sweets. What does a take head mean to you?
I can't imagine that there are words that could make you understand. And for that reason, I pity your kind. And there's a genuine, mote of, sorrowful pity for the witch in his eyes.
She would laugh and scoff if she didn't think that would have the wrong reaction. So she's very much containing the laugh. So, will one of you say that you actually care about keeping the balance between our lands and the Umbra, or do you not care?
What could you possibly know about balance? You're a thing. You're a dead fucking creature. You don't know a fucking thing about balance. It must be very easy for you to sit here, above the mortals, above these creatures that you see as so far beneath you, and to think that you know everything here. You don't know a goddamn thing about the Umbra, about the spirits, about balance. You are nothing. You're a speck in the Wyrm's grand plan. And we'll crush you when the time is right. We'll enact balance. We'll make sure the city's safe.
Good luck with it.
I think a better question would be what's in it for you.
Should have asked that question before you let your packmate here speak his mouth.
Sorry, didn't you want us to speak freely?
Whether I wanted to and whether you did are two different things.
Answers for answers.
And I gave you your answers. So first, if you want something more, give me something. Either we're done.
Timber's gonna look at Lorelei. And in the Garu tongue, we need promise to spirit, and spirit can't die. Like what happened with cairnmates.
No, you're right.
The tube. Hana, the tube.
I know. And I'm curious and I want to ask if she knows anything about that.
What do you want to know? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. I was just going to say the more and more that they speak in their own tongue here, I think that the frustration of the statue, the frustration of the wrong wolves being sent here, that is slowly bubbling up.
You'll have to forgive them. They're young. They need to speak to each other more.
Both not good with words.
Hana's gonna, I guess, look to Lorelei for approval on what you wanted to ask.
I had asked, what the witch wants to know first.
So, you see something more to this woman than a statue. You see eyes. Why does it sound like it's familiar to you?
I've seen similar things that are attached to the Umbra.
A live object, not thing. Spirit.
Right. Spirits attached to objects or attached to the Umbra.
And you've encountered such an object before.
Our kind have the ability to make them. We bind spirits to objects.
Looking still to Savagewind. And you've encountered such an object before.
Yes, of a spirit, a powerful spirit to touch an object, yes.
An object with the same eyes.
Count off. Question, answer.
Yes, ask me 2 questions.
Nod to Anna.
When I was when I look at the city, I see tendrils, and parts of it black tendrils. Is that connected to the danger that you mentioned? Seen it not only affecting the city, but spirits as well.
Yes, it is linked to the problem I'm talking about. Second question.
What's in it for you for the problem to be solved?
I'm spectating.
That sounds like. And and Timber's gonna look at Elias. The brother's story, not Timber's. Timber, not storyteller. Hate her though. Hate her so much.
He'll speak in the primal tongue. She's not a secret. She's here on her own. Ask her what you want to ask her.
Okay. So going back to the witch had asked, Lorelei will say, I hadn't seen the same eyes.
You're lying to the
I am.
All right. Got a wits and insight versus manipulation and subterfuge. Manipulation and subterfuge for Lorelei. Wits and insight for the witch. I don't think you have any gifts that will aid you with that. Certainly not.
Come on, baby, let's go for our crit.
I believe in you.
You shut up.
We do. You got this.
A lot of dice I heard just get rolled.
Don't worry about it. I'm using willpower.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Well, no, it's not, because even if... Sorry, I'm thinking several steps ahead. Even if Tiara was still a Heart Warden, that's still honor-based, so she's definitely not going to break her oath, even if she made it to a leech.
7 successes.
No. 5 with crit.
Savagewind is lying.
I don't deal kindly with liars in my home.
Say you're a spectator. That doesn't instill a lot of confidence in trusting you and your intentions. A spectator usually roots for a side. And being of the Wyrm, I don't trust which side you root for.
And yet I've informed you that you should talk to the three wolves I said. Otherwise, your battle will be lost. And I'm sensing I need to be clearer to all of you here. So I'll spell it out for you. I gave you information to help your side keep the balance.
A balance gets pulled by the static bitch that we deal with.
Right.
How to stop her pull?
A will worker.
Wolf can't steal Hana word that she used.
Yeah.
Heck.
Technocrat?
Yes, technocrat.
Mina Hexa, intelligence and occult. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know about the technocrats. We'll find out.
And then the primal tongue. One less problem for us.
Yes, I agree. Need every advantage we can against her.
6 with a crit.
Okay, so because you were once a mage before you were a Tremere, you definitely have kept up with what has been going on with them, especially your own formerly Order of Hermes, which has fallen quite severely since your time as a mage. What has risen in power, what controls the consensus, as it's called, what the humans or the sleepers believe, is mainly controlled by an organization that calls themselves the Technocracy, or the Technocratic Union, or individually technocrats. Everything that they do involves technology. It might seem mundane to the humans around you or the sleepers around you, but they wield their magic through technology exclusively, and they are the most powerful in the sense of there are so many of them, and they control so much of the paradigm of magic that they are a force in and of themselves. And apparently Wolf is trying to say that there is a technocrat here in Berlin that also wants to pull at the Umbra, meaning she must also have a stake in getting the Shadowbane.
Yes, it wouldn't surprise me that a person such as you describe them would have some interest in this. I'm assuming from the way you're talking about this that you had a brief interaction, but then managed to split ways.
Elias, composure and subterfuge, Mina Hexa, what's an insight?
Get all the tea out.
Yeah, well.
Just want to know what her insides look like,
7
okay?
successes.
3. I don't think Horned Serpent gives you anything for that. Nope. Give you one more dice. You get 1 dice for subterfuge.
Yay.
Roll 1 more.
Come on, you got this.
Shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's 6. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
That fulfills the crit.
Yeah, that's only a marginal one. When you say that, when you insinuate that perhaps they only had a very brief interaction with her, Elias's face twitches. And you notice that this isn't like dealing with vampires where they can keep themselves very stoic, they don't have to breathe. The werewolves here, they breathe and they shift and they move and they're, they act very, very human, except for maybe Wolf. But you definitely see a twitch to Elias's face, an eye twitch, indicating that he might have had more interaction with whoever it is that they're speaking of, this technocrat, than something brief.
When I said that I was looking at Wolf, since they were the one who actually told me about it. So I'm still looking at Wolf, noticing the twitch, but looking for an answer. So
talk, but messed with heads over not wanting to spectate, wanting to make everyone spectator.
right, I'm assuming your interaction wasn't pleasant.
Wolf wants to know what our insides look like and promised that bitch it would happen. But not possible yet. Which turn?
Then you ask a question.
How?
I think what my
How?
packmate is asking is how. Would it be possible to use that on her? Correct.
Something to make her weak. Dead.
I'm assuming in your explanation, static bitch is the technocrat you encountered.
Yes.
Right.
Ebru.
That's her name.
There are ways for everything to be weakened and to be dead. Just as much so for this technocrat as for any of us. Only it would take a bit more research. I could do that. And I could provide you with a solution. I cannot currently.
What
Would
would
it
you
help?
expect in return?
I will also be very interested in the results of that. So, what I merely expect is that you give me their description, everything about your encounter, and if I have enough, I can get to work.
Aunt Weaver trash. For company.
What would you be able to do if I gave you her location or where I know she could be?
I would be willing to get to work.
Look into Lorelei.
I'll give Elias like a look, but it's less of a look of like your call, and less of a look like I'm doing this. I hope you're cool with it. just as like a check-in, you know. I think that's a fine arrangement.
Right.
And I will. Wait, I don't have a description because I had my memory scrambled.
That's correct. But Elias knew who she was before any of you did.
So he knows the most.
He does know the most, but of course Elias and
I
Sweet
know where
September.
the hidden freckles are.
Didn't I see her?
Yes, Hana and Sweets
Had a-
and Timber or Wolf have all seen.
Yeah, Timber's just looking at Elias like,
Because my memories didn't get scrambled from
No.
the last time.
No.
So I also know where she is, or where she could be.
I unfortunately don't have a description, and I'll look over to everyone else.
Yeah, the storyteller can provide the description, I feel like. She has, I'd say like medium dark skin, dark hair, very bright smile, she's tall. I'm pretty she's of Turkish descent.
You have something that I want.
She'll turn to sweets. And
You and I need to strike a bargain.
What are you doing, sweets?
Mm-mm.
There's a woman here. Her name is Renata.
Oh, Lorelei will immediately, engage. She's now part of this conversation. Inserting herself.
She leaves this club with us. I need to know what the price of that is.
And both of us can pay it.
in the witch's head right now, she's making the balance of how things are right now, right? In her head, she is immediately calculating Renata is one of my thin bloods. I do highly mean that I protect my thin bloods because they are very useful to me. Very useful. That is the first thing that pops into my head of they're asking for a lot. But then again, the second thought pops up that Renata just give me the reason to expel her, and Jessica gave me the opinion of the thin bloods that I'm not killing her. If I say that she is exiled from Burkane because of the actions that she did, then that is what I can do. And I think, in a way, the witch almost sees this as a gift of dealing with the problem that she didn't deal with at the moment. What is your interest in her? Are you her friends?
She's family. And the care that you've taken of her hasn't gone unnoticed.
Then why do you want to take her away from the place where she is safe of those who would do much worse?
How much worse any other person would be is a
Any other
pale.
kindred.
As safe as you think she is here, she is much safer with us. And I mean no disrespect.
And a better chance message gets to right wolves.
It's also true.
She in this little bargain that you want to make, I'll be very clear. My end of this would be that I allow her to walk away. If she wants to walk with you, that is up to you. Because as you say, if she is safer with you, I'm sure she would gladly walk with you.
All due respect, you haven't answered the question of what the price is.
Is the deal clear before we discuss prices?
The deal which has with Renata clear. First, Timber's looking at Lorelei.
Does Renata understand the moving parts of the relationship the two of you have? Forgive me, I've heard that your kind are creatures of deceit, and although you've been very honest and straightforward with us, I have to ask if she is aware of the precise nature of your relationship.
She knows I offer her protection. And she'll know whether or not she wants to walk with you, if she wants more protection or not. That is your end of things, and I will not mingle in that.
So, Renata leave with Pack. No more tied to Witch.
That's correct. If the deal that you want to make is that she goes with you, then she leaves my protection.
I think we all understand what's the price.
So, you, pointing at Sweets, and you, pointing at Savagewind, want to pay the price for this deal. That is what you said. Am I correct?
You are.
Turns to Sweets.
My pack leader has spoken.
Perfect. Then I will speak to your pack leader. I am curious to your gifts. If you want to make this deal, I will call upon you again. You.
Okay.
And you will promise to answer that call?
I will.
Perfect. Then we have a deal. She motions to Jessica, who I'm assuming is still standing further away.
Mm-hmm. She's fairly close, but not listening.
Yes. She will grab her attention and will motion her closer.
And all of you can see that Jessica treats the witch with absolute reverence and very quixotic. She comes over, head bowed low, and sort of kneels down to... Are you sitting or standing?
Sitting.
Yeah, then she'll kneel down. She won't sit next to you, she'll just kneel down.
She'll, like, grab her hand in a seemingly affectionate way.
Mm-hmm.
She'll just grab her hand and say, I think the opinion that I heard earlier this night from you is an excellent one, and that we shall deal with things as such. Would you please inform her?
Ja, meine Hexe. Sofort.
Thank you.
In your ear, she whispers, when your guests leave, I believe I have spotted a fair folk in the audience. Would you like me to bring them up here?
Thank you.
She bows again, and she leaves.
She'll turn to the others and say, I have released Renata from my protection. The rest is up to you, as I said.
Thank you.
Then, I think you have had some answers.
I have one more question, if it's okay.
Speak.
The danger. Is it called the Shadow Bane? Do you know?
The danger. The reason for the danger is called the Shadow Bane. One of the reasons.
So, Shadow Bane remove no danger. Is the spirit object? Yes.
If the Shadow Bane is removed, then part of the danger is removed. And I am sure that you are all capable of removing the other parts where needed.
Thank you for being candid.
Spirit object, though. Yes.
Linked to the Umbra.
I think Sweets will say in the primal tongue, I think we're done here.
I agree.
We come back to show gifts.
Yep.
Next time you would wish to visit, you can surely contact my bouncer. Alyosha is also a thin blood, so I'm assuming he will know something about the wristbands.
Yes.
So I'll say, and as you go out, perhaps ask him about your wristbands.
Thank you.
Timber's gonna look at Lorelei. Can we go now? So loud.
Yeah,
It's so loud. Smell.
Show Lorelei will stand.
Hana will follow suit.
I think Sweets will follow up the rear, but just as he's getting ready to leave, we'll turn and look back to the witch. Say, you've been straightforward with us, and so I'd like to give you something in repayment for that gift. I can't know the future as you might bewitch it, Mina Hexa. But when the time comes that my kind will return to this city, if you wish to keep spectating, then it is my hope that you are far gone from here. We will hang a blood-red moon over this city, and none of your kind will be spared. Your cries for mercy will be hushed by the howls of wolves, and your terror will be drowned in a sea of your own gore and viscera. The wind will blow cold from the north, and you will know that death has come for you. It is my great hope for you that your flesh will not be beneath the tooth and claw of righteous fury and balance. This oath I make to you.
You
Sweets
can
will
go
leave.
now.
As you all head down the stairs, you see Jessica coming back up the stairs. She has someone with her, someone who looks like they've taken one too many substances tonight. They're sort of leaning on Jessica rather heavily. And with your penumbral senses, my Theurges, this person looks to you like a regular person here in this world. She's very short, a little brown pixie cut, but to your eyes, she looks almost... well, exactly that. Pixie-like. She looks almost like a fairy. And Jessica has her sort of leaning on her, and it's bringing her up the stairs, and she looks at you all and she says, thank you for coming. Please see Alyosha to remove your wristbands. And up the stairs she goes. Make your way through the throngs, through the crowd, and you head outside. And Alyosha is still out there, looking no worse for wear. And he stops you before you actually exit out of the building. And he says, he has a pair of weird pliers in his hand. And he says, your wristbands, please.
Yes.
And he takes great care in cutting them off. He cuts them off very gently and delicately, and all of them at a certain angle in a certain spot.
What are these?
The wristbands. And everyone, for rage, please.
Oh my god.
I think Sweets will just look to Allie and say, where's Renata?
She is over there. I told her to go sit on the bench till you came out.
Sweets will kind of look over to Lorelei.
Yeah. And start heading that way.
Timber's gonna get like nose to nose with Allie and be like, make sure when we come back is night off. Bye.
You should find a new place of employment before then.
No thanks.
See yourself.
I think Sweets will just hold a hand out to him. Thank you for saving my son.
Yeah. I don't like the way that your friends are talking about my employer. Without her, I would have been long dead. The vampires in the city don't look kindly on me and my kind. They want us all dead.
If you don't mind me asking, why?
Just for being what we are.
Maybe it's time to start considering that there are other things out there that... No, I don't want to make your situation any more difficult than it has to be. Just...
I certainly hope not.
Look, if you need help...
I need a place to earn a living, have protection, so I can keep Bertrand healthy.
Yeah.
No one messes with the witch and lives.
We will see what blood and sorcery is met with tooth and claw.
She's survived a millennia on this earth. I don't think she's afraid of you.
And Alyosha, I will give you this one lesson from Crimson Howler. A man does not need to be afraid to die.
Make sure to tell that to your son. And he goes inside.
Did you have to? Was that what that conversation needed to be? You knuckleheads.
Timber was told to keep Pup safe because mate needs to be safe for Pup. So Timber was being nice.
Sure.
Timber needs to go find someone's eye. And Timber's gonna start walking.
Lorelei, you approach Renata, who's sitting on the bench. She's looking dejected. She's crying. Blood tears are streaming down her eyes. It looks very poorly, but luckily it's dark here and everyone is drunk and no one's really looking at her. And she looks extraordinarily upset.
Lorelei will, upon approaching her, realize she doesn't even know what she could begin to say. Open her mouth to say something a few times before kind of sitting next to her and being like, was she good to you at least? Was she good to you at least? I'm sorry.
She looks up at you without any recognition. I'm sorry, what? And she starts wiping away furiously at her eyes.
The witch. Was she treat you well?
Are you a kindred?
No, but I did know your mother.
Oh, you're a Garu.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. And I fucked it up.
Yes.
Sorry, that took me out.
Why did you do that? Why did you get me kicked out?
Yeah, because I couldn't stop your mother's passing, so I figured I would at least do my best to protect you.
I'm already dead.
Well, try again.
Now I will
Second
for
try.
sure be final dead.
No.
What am I supposed to do? Live with you out in the woods? Wherever werewolves live?
We'll protect you.
From the sun? Will you bring me people to eat?
There has to be a way.
A way for what?
There's a path for all things to return to Gaia.
I'm dead. You want to know how I know? I had to die.
That doesn't mean Gaia doesn't still have a plan.
I can't. Fine. I guess I'm your property. Do whatever you want. Why don't you do what werewolves do? As I always hear the story of the lupines from my sire. Go ahead. Tear me up. Eat me like pine cones.
How did you get them to do it?
They feel bad.
About?
What happened? That I am this way. They blame my mother for not keeping in contact with me and keeping me in the loop of what was going on in her life. They don't think I would have fallen prey to a vampire if I had known, and they're probably right. And I've tried to use this time to help other people like me, other ghouls, to be free. But now I can't do that anymore.
What does that mean? That word you used?
Vampires feed humans their blood, and it makes them into thralls, servants of the vampire. You fall in love with them, you'll do anything for them, die for them, kill for them, whatever they want. Completely warps your mind, stops you from aging.
Can you go back?
Yes. If you stop drinking their blood, but then you'll age or get sick. Or any of the other things that they stopped with their blood. I was trying to set up a system. I was trying to dismantle, bring down the Camarilla, and I know you don't know what that means. But I was trying to use pine cones and crack teeth to kill the vampires, so I could take their blood, and the ghouls could stay as they are, but not tethered.
You were using family to you are
Timber.
putting family in danger for selfish reason.
Timber.
I didn't know they were my family, they told me.
And then you used
They wanted to help.
It was their choice. Timber. Doesn't make it suck less.
deal with bad information. Bad deal.
You have a place with us.
Yeah, but I don't. Otherwise, crack teeth and pine cones would have taken me home. They didn't.
Let me rephrase then. You have a place with me.
I can't live in the woods.
I'm not asking you to.
I have to eat blood.
We have to eat meat that has blood in it.
No, you don't. Pinecones told me there is a vegetarian werewolf that exists.
Yes, yeah. Look, for those of us who choose to, look, you're not. And Sweets will scent the air,
You smell
She's-
her blood.
and she smells of the worm.
I mean, it varies in degrees, right? The higher humanity a vampire is, the less they'll smell of the worm. If they muck around in oblivion, they're really going to smell like the worm. Alyosha smelled very faintly of it, as does she. And you think that might be because of whatever kind of vampire they are.
You're not too far gone, Renata. Your mother and I were close. We have houses in the city. Places where you can stay. Where we'll look out for you, we'll check in.
You don't have to make pitch me on going with you. I have nowhere to go. If I venture into the city, if any of the Camarilla find me, if the sheriff finds me, it's over for me. I'm done. Dead. They hate me, and for what I am. Even though a Camarilla vampire made me.
And we hate them for what they are.
Good, I hope you kill them all. I'll try not to burn alive in the sun. Unalive.
There is something we need you to do, Lou. You can't have pine cones or cracked teeth do what they did again. It can't happen, do you understand?
Yes. It won't work anymore anyway.
Why?
The witch found out.
Lorelei
with
said
that.
to stand down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll deal with that.
Yeah. You could stay at like Sweets was saying, at one of her place here in the city. I'll check in frequently and maybe we can talk about what you were trying to do. without cracked teeth and pine cones. I'll look to Timber.
Timber's just staring down Renata.
I think unconsciously at this point, like Sweets kind of turns away from the conversation and just faces in the direction of the Moogleberg.
Timber, whose eyes are you gonna take?
Renata's.
Oh, cool. Against what Lorelei said.
It's what she wanted. It's what she's like. She's looking at it like that's who she's looking at right now.
Uh-huh. Crow asked for
But
one
wrong.
eye, but
Yeah.
you gonna take both eyes?
No, just the one.
And how you gonna do it?
The more she talks about I can't do anything, like we're in the middle of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Timber needs eye.
Shit.
It'll grow back.
It will?
For Timber doesn't know.
If it's taken for the specific reason you need it, will it?
For putting Littermate in danger.
You want me to give you an eye? How am I supposed to take it out?
You're not.
We've got that covered.
And are you gonna remove it, Timber?
Yup.
Okay, how? Again, I ask? How?
Claws. Full
Okay.
on claws.
So you need to
So, gonna
make
be-
me a rage check?
If
Do
she
we
wants to.
I will lend Timber, because this is not like terribly sharp, but it is like pop worthy.
Mm-hmm.
The first ring on my right hand to Timber.
Okay, so Hana's not the tallest person, but I will try to like put my body in between what's about to happen and like people who could see, because this is upsetting.
Yeah, sure. Yep. I'm not really sure the composure and athletics for fucking Hana, and strength and gosh,
We could always do it in the alley.
strength and medicine for Timber.
Do we want to do it in the alley?
No, we're doing it.
Probably.
Doing it.
Composure,
We're doing
composure
it's
and
happening.
what?
Fuck it, we do it live.
We do it live. So that's
Com-
gonna be a rage check to get.
Composure and athletics for Hana.
Yeah. Oh man.
Can I also roll that to try to help?
Yeah,
The
sure.
witch wanted to see our gifts
The witch isn't watching you right now. The witch is chowing down on a
on a changeling.
on
yeah.
a changeling and getting absolutely fucked up right now.
Well, okay, so that's one success on a normal.
That shit'll
dice,
fuck
and
you
then
up.
2 teeth.
How many?
2 teeth.
Right.
You got a brutal outcome? This is gonna be funny.
Yep.
Okay, what'd you roll, Lorelei?
3.
Okay.
Wasn't me this time.
Oh, brother, this
I
is
need-
going
I
to
need
be
rage.
really funny.
I need rage. There we go. Rage dice. Okay. So
Hi, Searing.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is gonna get really funny really fast.
everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's totally.
Get down, Mr. President.
It's only one tooth. It's only one tooth, and then 4 successes.
All right, I needed 3 successes. So you
Okay.
run in, you jam this thing into her eye to pop out her eyeball. She starts screaming. Lorelei, who's also short, attempts to cover what you're doing. However, Hana rolled a brutal outcome and is going to do exactly not what you want her to do. Renata is screaming and people are looking in that direction. Hana, you panic, and so you shift into Krynos form. You know what will happen if you do that. The delirium will happen. People won't remember. People will start fleeing. So everyone watches Hana shift into full Krynos and start racing towards the crowd, snarling and howling, slashing claws into the air, and everyone can see this. This is brutal outcomes, Syrinx. We don't have messy criticals in Werewolf. We have brutal outcomes. Or you do stuff like this.
feel like
So, Hana, 5 rage, please.
I feel like we could have waited till we got home to do this.
Yeah, you could have. But Timber is desperate to get that crow's laughter back. Just desperate at this point. So you have the eye, you drop it on the ground, and as this chaos is happening, you watch Crow, the ephemeral Crow, start feasting on the eyeball, but I need to know what everyone else is doing. Because Hana is literally in full war form of the Garu running, and people are screaming, people are taking pictures with their phones.
I have a stupid question.
Cool, yeah? Right at the end.
Yeah, so this is obviously causing a scene.
Yeah, you think
Very
so?
obviously. Yeah.
Hana's like 9 feet tall. Quickly.
Wish you would step back from that wolf, my friend.
You could just run him into
That
Burkane
has
where
all
you're
the
bored.
eyes.
No one likes my plan. I'm a chill. Y'all
Running
have-
him into
eight-
a
you
ward
guys
against
take care of it.
blue pines.
8
Okay.
successive Song of Tranquility.
Make me a rage check and tell me what form you shift into. Or unless you also go Kratos.
Everybody, Krynos in the alley will.
We're not even in the alley. You're
Oh
not
my
in
God.
the alley.
Oh
You're
my
in front
God.
of Brigade.
Hold on,
You're in
hold on.
front.
Rage
It's-
check
it's
is a
not-
failure. I dropped to 3.
Yeah.
Lupus.
It's not
Okay.
crying in the club, it's Krynos in the club.
It's gotta be Hispo if you're doing not the right, but if you're doing the Song of Serenity, it's gotta be Hispo, Glabro, or Krynos.
Fucking Glabro. It's
Okay.
the least fucking sketchy.
Yeah. So you turn into you sort of bulk up a little bit and get a little caveman brow going on. And what song do you sing to while she's swiping at running people?
If you're gonna be dumb, then you gotta be tough.
That's it? That's what we got?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the song.
I literally thought you were gonna think I wish you would step back from that list.
No. If you're gonna be dumb, then you better be tough.
It's okay. So that's what you start
Okay,
saying. Well,
man.
Renata is screaming. Who's gonna stop Renata from screaming? Unless Elias's plan is to burn her.
Oh,
Burn the witch.
I'll fucking do it. No one liked my plan, so I'll be
No
helpful
one
where
liked
I
my
can.
plan.
would,
I'm pouting.
would Mother's Touch do anything here on a dead person? An undead person?
No.
I
I'm not gonna let you use your gift on the dead. On the undead.
It'll grow
What do you do? It'll grow back, it will. What do you do to stop Renata from screaming?
We're just gonna full Nelson and just
Strength and athletics.
we'll look
God.
bad.
Strength and athletics. Get me at least 3 successes.
Here's some blood. Quiet it down.
Yeah, give her some blood. Give her some werewolf blood. That'll calm her down.
Ragabash gonna Ragabash!
We're making all the great decisions
As
today.
soon as you leave, so you're like we have all this pent up shenanigan energy.
It's like the band just
And
came
no,
off
and
and
no
like,
one like asks Lorelei or like double checks with her.
hey, I was trying to be smooth and just like, hey, let me just like
Do you
step in
wanna-
front of here for a second.
You want a gift from Wolf to make your packmates do whatever you say? I can give that to you for a price.
5 successes.
5 successes. Yeah, you can very easily put her into a half Nelson to get her to shut the hell up. She doesn't have to breathe, so you're not going to risk knocking her out. And Timber, you may restore your crow's laughter as Crow finishes his eyeball and disappears back into the Umbra with a wink.
Hype.
I'm back, baby! Sorry.
And Hana, you may return now to your Hamid form. Lose all your rage, please.
I'm just like, what happened? I blacked
We're
out.
going home. is what
I
happened.
blacked out. Now, you have a problem with people are running, screaming. There's panic happening. Alyosha is looking around, wondering what the hell's going on. You know that there were pictures taken. You saw flashes. There are still people standing across the street taking pictures who saw possibly Hana go from werewolf back down to human.
Timbar is very sorry. I'm gonna do 2 rage checks, and we're gonna kill all the technology.
Yep.
Oh my god, that even includes mine and Lorelei's phones.
Yep.
Fuck.
Gremlins.
Yep.
Gremlin it up.
Charisma and glory.
Yep.
Hey, I'm happy. I heard the first part of that sentence being, I'm gonna kill all, and I was like, oh.
Perfect. And that's funny is Timber could kill everyone and then also use Hidden Killer to make it look like it wasn't a werewolf.
I could, but I said I would be on my best behavior for Bertrand.
Yep. And that's what you guys have done.
Do you know there's someone inside who could help with Dominate?
And Cyrix is like, actually, you know what? I'm not going to invite any more werewolves to my club.
What's that? You want to bring her outside? I'm outside if the house is on fire.
He's not going to let that go, like a dog with a bone.
Okay.
Really?
I've got it forever now. This can be triggered immediately. I'm so hyped.
Burn? Why don't you burn Wade Enterprises to the ground?
I need to scope it out first.
Cool. We should do that.
Yeah, that's super cool. That's a rad plan.
I like that.
I can do both.
5 successes. I can do both.
Yes.
5 successes.
Not a crit. Not a crit.
Not a crit.
Not a crit. All right, you think you got most of it.
Most of it.
You think you got most of it.
The rest of it.
Lorelei, Hannah, and Elias, your phones are, and Sweets also has a phone. Your phones are dead. Destroyed.
Like explode my pocket destroyed, or it's just not gonna turn
No,
on?
it's not gonna turn on ever again.
Okay.
Okay, kids, I think it's time to get in the fucking car.
What car?
We're gonna have to steal one now,
Okay.
because now we can't fucking four legs, because now I had to do the song. You know what?
Timber could fix that.
Listen, I'm just saying. I now understand what I did a few days ago much better, and I'm sorry for that.
This is a bonding moment.
But for real, we gotta fuck the fuck off. Like now.
Hannah, you could take a point of sad and get yourself back up to 5 rage.
Sure.
Hey, mark off a box of sad, Hirano. And then you have 5 rage again, and you can all run. Renata is sitting here without an eye and is just holding her eye open, and you're just going to leave her here. Is that correct?
I was gonna bring her to our warehouse.
Okay, we don't have a car, so she's gonna have to walk.
Right.
The warehouse that is compromised. Okay, cool.
Oh.
Oh, but you don't remember that it's compromised, do you? No, you wouldn't remember that. Cool, yeah, let's bring her there.
No.
You wouldn't, because Ulrich, April erased
That's
Ulrich from the
right.
timeline, so you wouldn't remember anything about him. You don't know that it's compromised. Yes, let's bring her there.
Remember the robot birds?
Nope.
So fucked.
You don't remember nothing about that.
We're so fucked.
Okay, perfect.
We're making all the best decisions.
Perfect.
Timber's just gonna grab Renata and we're gonna start walking. And
Yep.
she's gonna pull off the hoodie that she was wearing in Bergane with its nice little holes that it had in it. I'll just pull the hood up, walk it off. Let's go.
So you're going to take Renata to the warehouse. That's where you're going to have her stay, in the place with all the windows. Might I remind you? That's where you're going to have her stay. Who wants to make me the last roll of the night before we end this session of getting medicine back for Cascada? Since no one told Elias about the dying unicorn. Who wants to make the roll?
I only have one dot medicine, so
What's
not.
the roll?
The roll is an intelligence and medicine roll.
Oh god, not me.
Oh god, not me.
I'll fucking do it.
You get an extra dot for medicine because of your favor.
I hate it here. I hate it here so much.
I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna get her.
Avery wants Sweets to die so bad. Huddy wants Cascada to die so bad.
It's true. It's true. They tried to kill her for so long. Fuck them. Fuck them. I do what I want.
She was supposed to be dead like 3 episodes.
Yeah, she was.
More than 3 episodes ago, actually.
What did you roll?
I still have 4 rage dice, right?
Yep.
Yep. Cool. That's 1 success. I can't. There's no possibility of like willpower rerolls. I'm fucked. She's super dead.
Okay. She's super.
Julia will come through.
Maybe. All right, so you're not going to find anything additional that will help her in her process of fighting off an infection. Deep, severe gut infection. Because those obsidian claws ripped right through her intestinal walls. But that is a problem for later. When we return to the next episode of Bane and Blood, I want to thank Searing so much for joining us as the Witch of Kudam. We love having the Witch of Kudam in, as this has been unofficially dubbed, the Shadowbane Chronicles. We'll see if I can get a Hunter game going and bring Searings in as well for that.
The Hunter's just gonna be like, fuck every bit of this. Like, let's move.
Yeah.
Berlin's kind of like done. Let's go.
But thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, that's it. That's the end.